James Gunn shocked the DC fandom when he confirmed who the first-person cast in his new universe was. Fans may be surprised when they learn the first actor who was cast for a role in DC Studios' co-CEO James Gunn's new DCU. Gunn and his partner, DC Studios co-CEO Peter Safran, are well underway with starting their new DC universe with nearly a dozen projects in different stages of development. 2 of such titles will be ready to release within the next year, and cast and crew members are attached to a few others. The franchise will kick off with Creature Commandos on Max, one of 6 streaming series that are already confirmed for production in the DCU. The cast includes a few actors previously seen in 2021's The Suicide Squad, along with several newcomers to the greater world of DC films and TV shows. During the panel for DC Studios' Creature Commandos at New York Comic-Con 2024, DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn confirmed the first actor he cast for a role in his new franchise. Speaking to the fans in attendance, Gunn revealed that Maria Bakalova, who will play Princess Rostovik in Creature Commandos, earned that distinction. He texted her because she speaks Bulgarian, which was needed for the role she eventually took while confirming he wrote her material. Maria, I wrote for. She was the first person ever cast in the DCU. So, I texted her because she speaks Bulgarian and we needed to have Princess Rostovik, and we needed to hire everybody from that country, and they needed to speak the same language, and we needed that to be what Maria spoke. Bakalova also attended the NYCC panel, reflecting on playing Cosmo the Space Dog in Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 before joining Gunn's new DCU. She shared her excitement to work with an incredibly talented writer, director, and leader. Feeling their time together on Guardians 3 was too short, she jumped at the chance to work with him again as she was humbled and honored to get her role in the DCU. I got to work with James Gunn on Guardians of the Galaxy. And I was so excited that this was happening because he's not only an incredibly talented writer, director, and leader, but also the nicest human being. So, when Guardians ended, I was like, oh no, why am I getting here so late? I'm never going to see him again. And then, one day, I got a message from Gunn. I'm writing something, thinking of you. She's going to be this femme fatale new princess, and it's going to be part of Creature Commandos. Look out for it. And I was like, what? Is it really going to happen? And then it happened. It's an original character that he developed, and I'm humbled and honored to play it. It's interesting. Creature Commandos will kick off James Gunn's new DCU in December, bringing together another team of ragtag misfits like the ones Gunn is known for. Along with characters from the Suicide Squad like Sean Gunn's Weasel and Steve Agee's John Economos, Balakova will be one of the show's exciting new stars. The show will feature a team of superhuman soldiers under the codename Task Force M, led by Viola Davis's Amanda Waller and Frank Grillo's Rick Flag Sr. While their upcoming directive is still a mystery, there will be no shortage of wild shenanigans when this unique team of powered individuals assembles. Based on the series' 2 release trailers, fans can expect another round of R-rated action from Gunn after The Suicide Squad became his first R-rated superhero film. It should also set up some of the storylines that will be seen in projects like the upcoming Waller series and, potentially, something like The Authority. But no matter how it plays out, couldn't get these new characters James will open the door for a massive new era of DCU storytelling with Gunn's vision front and center. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Fans of Zack Snyder's original plans for the DCU have been dead in the ground long before James Gunn joined as co-CEO of DC Studios and ushered in the DCU. It only started to become deader with every consecutive recast, the biggest being Henry Cavill's recast by David Corenswet as Superman. Before the release of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Gunn addressed Momoa's future as Aquaman and his desire to play Lobo, stating that we won't have an actor playing 2 different roles. He suggested that Momoa had to make a choice, and it seems he finally did. It was officially announced that Jason Momoa will play Lobo in Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Deadline, which means, per Gunn's rule, Momoa can no longer return as Aquaman in the DCU. This marks the 3rd final nail in the coffin of the Snyderverse after Henry Cavill's Superman and Ben Affleck's Batman recasts. Not to mention the unlikelihood of Gal Gadot returning as Wonder Woman. It's also possible that the DCU's new Flash won't be Barry Allen anymore but Wally West, making Ezra Miller's return as the Speedster even more unlikely after the Flash bombed with fans, critics, and at the box office. So, that's even 5 potential nails. This may have been in the works since January 2023, when Jason Momoa issued that cryptic message about his DC future during the impending reboot. He certainly seemed overjoyed with the news, and what better news than playing one of his favorite comic book characters? James Gunn's role for Lobo in Woman of Tomorrow. What's funny about Momoa joining Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow isn't just that it's another nail in a long line of nails that is the Snyderverse coffin, but that Lobo was originally intended to be a part of Tom King's Woman of Tomorrow comic from the beginning. According to Word Ballone, via comicbook.com, King initially pitched his book to be a team-up with Lobo and Supergirl but was told by his editors to take Lobo out of the story. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, began as me pitching a Lobo/Supergirl book, and it was my editor S., Brittany Holzer and Jamie Rich, who were like, no, take Lobo out and make Supergirl the Rooster Cogburn character. Lobo's role in the film adaptation of King's comic can't be the Rooster Cogburn character, since that's Supergirl's role with the Madeline Ross character being taken by Eve Ridley's Ruthie. It's more likely than not that, being a deadly bounty hunter in the comics, Lobo will be hired by Krem to fight Supergirl. In the original comic, Kara's final conflict was with the pirates Kerm has joined, who proved to be a feeble threat to her. So, having Lobo on Kerm's payroll would provide a far more deadly opposition for Supergirl in her way of Kerm. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow will be released in theaters on June 26, 2026. New photos reveal the DCU's final Justice League crossover before DC reboot. New photos reveal the DCU's final Justice League crossover before DC reboot. Is Aquaman 3 with Timothée Chalamet real or fake? Release speculation explained. Is Aquaman 3 with Timothée Chalamet real or fake? Release speculation explained. James Gunn just cast the fourth lead superhero in the new DCU. James Gunn just cast the fourth lead superhero in the new DCU. In this article, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Release date. About the author, Pierre Chanliot. Pierre Chanliot began as a news and feature writer for the Direct at the site's launch in 2020. As a longtime reader of superhero comic books, Pierre's knowledge of Marvel and DC is extensive, informing his reporting and editorial pieces regarding the MCU and DCU. Dating for senior singles. Share your feelings and emotions with someone. Sponsored, chattingplace.com. Shifting Gears Episode 2 cast. Every guest star who appears. Photos. Shifting Gears Episode 2 cast. Every guest star who appears. Photos. Where to watch Distant 2024 movie online. Where to watch Distant 2024 movie online. Meet Jang Theo from Singles Inferno. 4 things to know about Korean actor. Meet Jang Theo from Singles Inferno. 4 things to know about Korean actor. Talladega Nights 2 movie demand heats up after Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly sequel fan poster spreads online. Talladega Nights 2 movie demand heats up after Will Ferrell and John C.